Yo, 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 it's Cinderella Sew. What up? Today I'm going to show you how you can take a big t-shirt and make it fit to your waist. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. So it goes in at the waist and out at the hips. So the first thing you're going to do is try on your t-shirt inside out. And then you're going to take a pin like this. And you're going to find where on your waist you want your shirt to cut in and then go out. So you're just going to feel around to your waist and pinch in the t-shirt where you want it to cut in. So I'm going to pull it out at the side and then smooth my fingers in so it's nice and smooth where we put the pin. And you'll just put it at the height of your waist right there and how much you want it to be cut in from the side. So now we have our pin in and we're going to start sewing. So you're going to lay out your shirt nice and flat and we have our one pin over here. So here's our pin in our shirt. And now that we have it off of our body, you're just going to take the pin out and just smooth out the t-shirt, holding onto that area, and then you can put the pin back in when it's nice and smooth because you don't want it to be wrinkled here. So you want to make sure that whole area is smooth with no wrinkles. So you're going to take some thread and pull it out about the length of your arm. Cut it off with a good pair of fabric scissors. So now we're going to get the thread through the tiny hole in the top of the sewing needle. Pull it through until the ends of thread meet at the bottom, like that. And now you're just going to smooth it out with your hands, and we are ready to start sewing. So the line we're going to sew is going to start from the bottom of the t-shirt up to the pin, and then back out again to the armpit of the t-shirt sleeve. So we're going to start sewing at the bottom here. And just a reminder that your shirt is inside out when you're sewing, so that when you flip it right side out, the stitches are on the inside. So at the very bottom of the t-shirt, you're going to put your needle through both layers of fabric. Pull your thread through, but not all the way through. Leave that bit hanging out at the bottom. Then you're going to go back through that same hole again with your needle, and this creates a loop of thread that you can put your needle through, and then that makes a knot when you pull it tight like that. So we're going to make a couple knots. So again, you're just going through those same holes. When this loop of thread gets smaller, you'll just put your needle through it and pull it closed, and that just knots it in place. And we're going to do a couple knots to really secure our thread. Perfect. So to sew, you're just going to take your needle down and up through the fabric in one motion and pull it through. You're aiming towards the pin in your clothing, and you're just going down and up through the fabric, and then pull your needle through, and there are your stitches. And every couple of stitches you're going to do a back stitch, which means you go down and come out through the same hole you already came out. So it's like taking a little step backwards, and that just locks your thread in place and secures the tension. So again, we'll keep going down, up, pull your needle through, pull it out to make sure it's a nice tension in the thread, and then do that little back stitch coming out close to the same hole you already came out. So we're almost at the pin here. So now we've come out where the pin is. So you can pull your needle out like that, and you can take the pin out of the clothing. Now we've run out of thread, so we're going to do some knots. So again, you're just coming out the hole you already came out. Do that a couple of times and put your needle through that loop of thread and pull it shut. Then you can cut off your thread, and we're going to rethread our needle. So you'll just grab some more thread back through the hole in the needle, pull it through until the ends meet at the bottom. So this is where we left off the sewing. That's where we're going to start. So again, you'll start with those knots going down and up through the fabric. Pull your thread not all the way through, and then go back through those same holes again. And right when that loop's going to close, you just put your needle through it and pull it shut. So we're going to do at least 2, but usually 3 knots to make it nice and secure. And now all we have to do is sew up to the armpit of the t-shirt right there. So again, you want to make sure your fabric's nice and smooth. Down, up, pull your thread through. We'll do a little back stitch coming out through the same holes you already came out. like that, and we're almost done. Down, up, and we're almost at the end here. So when you get to the armpit, we're just going to do some knots on the very edge of the fabric. So we'll go like this, and now you can just start doing those knots. You just pull your needle through, put it through that loop and pull it tight, and we'll do 3 knots and we are done on this side. So now you can cut off your thread and we're going to sew on the other side. So we've done sewing on one side. Now we're just going to fold the t-shirt in half, making sure it's nice and lined up on the bottom. And now we'll take that pin that we used originally, and you can feel down to where your stitches come in, that little waist section right there. You're going to make sure it's nice and smooth on this side of t-shirt, and just put your pin there through both layers of fabric and come out. And now we know where to sew the waist on the other side. We can unfold it, and we're just going to take our threaded needle, start sewing at the bottom of our new side, up to the pin, over to the armpit, and we're all done. Okay, so we've made it to the pin, to the armpit. Now we're just going to do a couple of those knots right on the edge of the fabric. Then we are ready to cut off our thread like that. And now we can try it on. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. So it comes in at the waist and then out again at the hips. So now you've tailored your t-shirt to look exactly how you want it. Thank you so much for watching Cinderella Sew, and I'll see you soon. Peace.